in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, I'm in the wrist, I never switch.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee. And that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
No chance, no chance.
at the Raiders' 47-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Kings. Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
Watch the shift. Check the run. Check 13. Check 13.
I got
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And I give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Mayfield looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Check 3. 29 is the
point it right. Regular. 5.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Mike 91. Got one. 91 is the mic.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Seibert's kick is good.
And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Ready, break.
50. 3 bars, 3 bars.
Look at me, zipper. Hey.
50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch that. Switch. Check three. Watch switch.
Look, squeeze.
Mike 50.
Yo, go.
On first down, Herbert. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
6-6, pull it high.
Check 99. Showing it.
Rock it.
Bang.
Yeah. Now.
They'll try the left side. McFarland. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Ready up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike 50. Drop deep.
Ready.
From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Alert!
Let's get it.
Hey, orbit.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the slack.
Hey, high 7.
Bring it.
My touch.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Pistol. Switch gears. Check.
A run for Nick Chubb. And an alley to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run. Back here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Let's put that team on the bus. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Check. Check out.
Look at me. Go, 5.
Back to throw. Herbert, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Back. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
48. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Jim. Hey, watch that.
Go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Go set. 90 Wolf. Hey, Alpha.
It's our time. Check 48's the money. Check 48's the money. Get ready.
Hey, exit.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch twins.
You're out. Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Chubb. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 4. Regular. Hey, alert 33. Hey, Foxtrot.
To throw, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack on first down, Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Real.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 41, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Right here. Mike's 50. Bandit. Hey, check 24.
Bam.
Switch it.
Hey.
2nd and 5. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, Mike 50.
Back to throw. Herbert. He finds Hopkins complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Let's go. Hey. 48 the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Joker. Watch the edge. Check nickel.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pick the edge. Come. Kill. Jack. Slam.
Go.
48, Mike. 48.
Now.
Now a give, right side. McFarland. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Ready.
We're going 25 to Mike. Let's go, baby. We turn up. Let's get that ball. Check 50. Check safety. Check 26. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Yep.
Go.
Now.
On 2nd down, McFarland. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
50, Mike 50.
Hey, Delta.
Let's go, 950. 950. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Wide. Get wide.
Hey, lock it.
37. Check 37.
Hey, Charlie. On the... Ready?
On 3rd and 2. Herbert escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
A 52-yard attempt.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Point it right.
Bravo.
Don't get nervous.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That's a prime example of the danger that Baker Mayfield presents when he's able to get outside of the pocket.
And we see many quarterbacks do this in the league. A lot of them have that good mobility, but we see them, they're more like striders, right? There's a smoothness to them. When I watch Baker Mayfield, everything is sharp, hard, aggressive, and he turns it into a big-time shot downfield and a monster play.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a long day, offense.
Go.
Mike 48.
Look at me. Zipper.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Exit. Check.
Here's 2nd and 8. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Watch the out. 48 Mike.
Hey, Haywood. Go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there is just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I got you. Alert, 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 alert. Watch 36. 5. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Now Mayfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Mayfield down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now the Raiders bringing the offense onto the field as they'll try to make it an 8-point swing.
Y'all playing the wrong football. 49, check 49, check 49.
Hey!
Hold. Check.
Slam. Sponge. No.
General West!
Kill. Check.
Hustle. Get it!
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Key to tight end. Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Hey.
Pistol. Hey, alert 33. Hey, orbit.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball? Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Kings. Hey, high 7.
That's what I do. 29 is the Mike 29. Hey, watch the leg. 29 is the Mike 29.
Real.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Mayfield steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Max Crosby able to get him for a loss of about 3.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Mike 36. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Mayfield to throw it. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 13. Check 13.
Protein spill.
50's the mark. I got you, pump. No. Off. Out. Watch the safety creep.
Deep grip.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes him back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Gator. Hey, Alpha.
Here we go, G. Here I come again.
Hey, exit.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
You rock it. 2.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And this one's going toward the sideline. They'll try to play keep away from Beckham. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now, meanwhile, over in Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Hey, alert.
Check 91.
Mayfield on first down. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check.
On first down, it's Hunt trying to run inside, but nothing there. So officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
You got tape.
No! Yep.
Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion. Block.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Safe.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Look at me. Zipper.
I got one. Mike's 50.
2nd and 6. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch. Check three.
Leo.
Under 10.
Hey. Snap.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Bang. Shit. Hey,
Look at me. Door.
Lucky.
Yo. Go.
Check.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Alert 3. Check.
Yeah.
Check hot. Back. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer.
Browns 23, Raiders 13.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to patch together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
King!
On the carry, it's Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go, D. Point it right. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. He's tired of me.
Go!
29 is the Mike.
On second and 12, Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Browns 23, Raiders 20.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Pick it up. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Gotta do better. Come on.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch the pass. Here we go. Watch 30.
Hey, alert 33.
Let's go, dude.
Hey, Delta.
36. Mike, 36. I got it. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Let's go. Mike, 36.
King.
Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a third and long now after the sack.
Watch the screen. Mike, 36.
Here's Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, Charlie!
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Let's set a tone, fella.
Now!
Hey, alert.
Yep.
50 likes 50. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
5.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Pistol.
Mike 36. Mike 36. I'm coming.
Bravo!
I'm coming. Watch 36. 36.
Hey, alert! My touch!
2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Haywood!
Mike 36. Mike 36.
My touch!
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Let's go.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mike 36. Watch the curl.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Maurice Hurst in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 29. Man, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. And let's get this. Get this.
Alert!
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Watch 36.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
What? 180. 36. Better bring. Hey, 133. Hey, I 7.
They'll look to throw. Stepping up. Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
King.
36 to Mike. I'm trying to collect.
Smooth.
Mike 36. Mike 36. Wow, Bill. Wow.
Real.
Watch 36.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Pistol.
He'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Good. 180.
36. Here we go.
Hey, alert.
36 to Mike.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Mayfield to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
36.
Hey, Alpha.
All day. Mike 36. Mike 36. I don't think you got it, sir.
Here's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Mike 36. Mike.
Hey, exit.
You ain't going nowhere. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Check.
Regular.
Mayfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check.
Hey, Foxtrot.
36 to Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. out as the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, that's into the hands of Edwards. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Raiders.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
At 25 to Mike. We've got 25 to Mike. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. At 25 to Mike. We've got 20. Hey, let go. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear.
Get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary.